Hi YouTube, this is CrustAt once again with another review of Sweetie Pie's. Sweetie Pie show comes on the OWN network, which is Oprah Winfrey's network, and it's about a family business in St. Louis, Missouri. They serve soul food. The first thing about Sweeties is that the mom who started the business used to be an Ikeette. Her name is Robbie. Her lung collapsed, and so she could no longer sing, so she opened up this business a lot of years ago. I'll put the history up once I upload the video. She has a son named Tim. She had another son named Andre, but he was killed in a gang fight. I don't know that either, but I will put that up. His son Andre lives with her. He's 17 now, and she has a nephew whose name is Charles. He's 23 years old. It's her sister's son. He works at the restaurant. Tim is the manager of the restaurant. He has a wife probably now, but while the show is going on, they're planning a wedding, and they have a little baby. He's about 6-7 months old at the time they were filming. He's so cute. Okay, they found a nanny because they had to search for a nanny because the wife had to go back to work. Janae, that's Tim's wife's name. And so they went searching, and so the dumbest thing somebody could ever say in an interview for a nanny is that you would be nervous having a nanny cam around. So that lady, first of all, was X'd out. They ended up getting one of Tim's cousins. Her name is Tamika, although he was terrified of having her as a nanny at first because he said that she used to bully him when they were little. But now she's the perfect person to do the nannyship of the child. And he's on oxygen, and he has a heart monitor, and no, not oxygen, but he's on a heart monitor, and he has to take a breathing treatment because he was born premature. The baby was born premature. So this lady is a nurse, even though she has like 8 million colors in her hair, whatever. But she is a nurse, so she decided that that's what she would do, and help out the family. And Janae, which is Tim's mom, Tim's mother-in-law, Janae's mom, sorry. She's so pretty. The lady is so pretty. Anyway, so Charles and Aunt Andre, I'm going through like a whole bunch of shows that I just watched because I never knew about this show, and I just kept seeing it on Xfinity on demand, and I just decided to watch it one day, and it's a really good show. So like I said, Andre and Charles, they have issues. Like, they're still kind of childish. Well, you would expect Andre to be, because Andre is only 17, but Charles is 23, and he hasn't grown up yet. So in one episode, Charles decides that he wants to go to class to learn how to be a bartender. This fool made Robbie, which is the owner of all of the restaurants, he made her a drink. It looked like he was trying to make a sunrise, whatever that drink is called, with vodka and oranges. This boy poured so much of everything. She said the drunk was drunk. The drink was drunk because he put too much alcohol in it. So she gave him a book. Here, read this book so that you can learn how to mix drinks, because it's not working for you. And then Tim went to prison when he was 17. I don't know what that's about either, but I will look all this up when I give you guys, when I upload this video. I will have went on the internet and got all the information, the particulars, so that you can have all of that. This is a very good show. They do cuss a lot. They are really family. They have another guy that works on the line at the restaurant. His name is Ike. So I don't know if that's Ike Turner's one of his kids or what, but he's really close to the family. They're gonna open up a new restaurant called Upper Crust, and it's gonna be a more upscale type of restaurant. Like this restaurant that they have open now is just like cafeteria style. You walk down the line and order what you want and then pay at the end. But this new restaurant is gonna be like more of a sit down, you order type of restaurant. They're gonna have a stage, they're gonna have a banquet room, they're gonna have a bar, they're gonna have dancing. So it's gonna be, this is a new one that they're gonna open up. But right now, as far as the episodes have went by, they have not opened up this restaurant, but they're gonna open up this restaurant. Their food looks good, even though they keep saying fried chicken. It just looks like they're only serving wings. I don't see any breasts or legs or whatever, but I don't know. Maybe people call that chicken. I need to have breasts. So I don't know. The food does look good. I've never heard of the place, and I've been through St. Louis many times in the truck when I drove a truck, and sometimes when I drove a bus, but I've never heard of that place. But maybe it is pretty good. I don't know. The family is really, really, really nice, and they go through ups and downs, and I took notes. Hold on a second. Okay. So, because I took notes. So the people that are involved in this are Tim, Janae, Robbie, Charles, Andre. His father was killed in a gang fight. Clarissa, which is a girl that takes the money, cashier. And Kimmy. Kimmy is the manager. Oh my God. Kimmy is this white girl. An older white lady. She's a crybaby. She cries all the time. I mean, when I say all the time, like they can say, oh, Kim, they basically can say, Kim, the wall is dirty, and she would start crying. She's so much of a crybaby. Okay, I told you about the looking for. Oh my God, this was a funny part of one of the episodes. Robbie, the lady who owns the place, Sweetie Pies, she noticed that one day when she came in that her picture of President Obama and his wife were missing off her wall. She had a picture of President Obama and his wife when they were walking down the inauguration parade, and she noticed that it was gone. She asked everybody about it, and one of the ladies that worked on the line said, well, they noticed that a customer just picked it up and walked out the restaurant with it. So she was saying, wait a minute, you just let him walk out the restaurant with the picture? So she said, you guys need to watch what's going on up here. You should never leave the cash register by itself. You should never leave this front all by itself. So what ended up happening was she came in one day, Robbie did, and everything was just, nobody was up by the cash register or anything. So she took the tip jar and gave it to Charles, which is her nephew, and told Charles to go put it in her car. So then they came back and they started arguing about what happened to the tip jar. And so they asked her about it, and she was like, I don't know what happened to the tip jar. They asked Charles, and he said, I don't know what happened to the tip jar. So they, for like a whole day, they didn't know what happened to the tip jar. So she let it go on for like 2 days. And on the third day, she had told everybody they were going to have a meeting. So she had a meeting with all the girls on the line and the cashiers. And she was telling them they need to be more responsible. They need to check out what's going on in the front. Because if you don't check out what's going on in the front, then things like this will happen. Your tip jar will be gone. Her picture will be gone. So then she had on the table a bag. They didn't know what was in the bag. They opened it up. It was their tip jar. So she said, do you see how easy it is for somebody to just walk away with the tip jar? That was a very good lesson that she taught them. But I mean, really, if you're grown, you should want to watch over the cash register, it seems like. Okay, I told you about the nanny. Then Andre is 17. He lies to the girl Clarissa and tells her that he's 18 and he wants her to go out on a date with him. And so she's really she's willing to go, but Ike pulled him to the side and told him, look, that's not a good idea to go out with an employee because it'll backfire on you in the end. So then he walks right over there and then still asks the girl to go out. Now she should know better anyway, but for some reason she was gonna go. So when Robbie finds out, that's the grandmother and the lady that owns the place, she goes and tells Clarissa, did you know that he's 17? And she was like, what? And she said, yeah, my grandson is 17. And so she was like, oh no, we're not going out on a date. So then he came back, Andre comes back to her and asks her about, are they still going out? And then she says, no, your grandmother told me you were 17. And he was like, what? So he didn't know that the grandmother would, stop all his games that he was trying to play. So that was funny. I told you about the new restaurant, Upper Crust. They're going to have a dance floor and all that. Oh, and then Tim is like really not into this planning of the wedding. I guess Tim just wants to show up, let them do all the planning, and he'll just show up. But Janae wants him to be so involved with the wedding, but he's not trying to feel all that. So I don't know, Janae. He might not be more, it might not get involved with this wedding planning because he's not feeling it at all. So then they wanted to come up with some new menu items on the new menu for the new restaurant. So Tim told his mom, we're gonna have a cook-off. So they ended up coming and cooking up all this different food. Now Tim had some good ideas. Soft shell crab, he fried that. He fried a whole peach. He cut it in half and fried the whole thing, didn't peel it or anything. And then he put some whipped cream on it, and that sounds like that might taste pretty good. And then he had some stuffed shells with chicken Alfredo, and then the other one had marinara sauce and ground beef and some cheeses. I don't know why he doesn't use ground turkey, because a lot of people don't eat ground beef nowadays. I don't eat ground beef, and we haven't ate ground beef in, oh my God, I don't know, years. We have not bought ground beef in this house, so, in any house we lived in. So I don't know why he cooked it with ground beef. Oh, and there's another thing that is so irritating to me when I was watching this. Kimmy, the manager, the assistant manager, she's not the manager, Tim is the manager. Kimmy needs to wear a hairnet. If you guys ever see this, Kimmy needs to wear a hairnet, because in one of the scenes they were taken by a pan of green beans and her fucking hair was rubbing over the top of it. That is so disgusting. But that is what was going on. She needs to wear a hairnet post haste. Oh, I told you about Kimmy cries a lot. Oh, and then Tim, he just only one little thing that bothers me about Tim and his mother's relationship is that he just really just cusses at her. We don't cut. Well, we never cussed at our mother. We never cussed in her presence or anything, because that was just our mom. We never did that. Now my dad, we talk to each other and cuss. I don't know why we're like that, but with my mom, no, we never cuss. So everybody, you need to watch Sweeties. If you get the OWN network, you need to watch Sweetie Pies. It's a very good show. If you don't get the OWN network on, and you do get Comcast or Xfinity on demand, it comes on there on Xfinity on demand. Watch Sweetie Pies. It's a very good show. You will be entertained and you will have fun. Tell me what you like about this review. Like it if you like it. Please leave a comment. Please, you can also leave a video response if you would like to. So go see Sweetie Pies on the OWN network.